Hey folks, welcome back to Let's Play Risk of Rain 2. I'm Nye. We got stuff to unlock, so we're gonna kind of get right along to it. We are done with Huntress. We are done with Engineer. This is apart from the, Obliterator win, of course. We're gonna get to those. Multi, I'm trying to decide if I want to bother with this one right now. You just gotta kill an Imp Overlord with a Prion Accumulator, but I don't know how much I care about unlocking that right now. Artificer's done. Mercenary I could go for to get the don't touch the ground for 30 seconds thing, but I think I want to wait until I get a Prismatic Trial knocked out. This kind of leaves Rex and Acrid. Now, Acrid, we just need to inflict poison 1,000 times. That's not really a hard thing to do. That's just play a run with Acrid. So I think we're going to go with Rex and have some fun. I'm going to stay on Rainstorm. I'm not going to add any artifacts this time. We're going to play the game as it's kind of originally designed. We're going to kind of run from there. Now, a lot of people, have been watching me for a while, and playing the game as it was originally designed is a, thing that I find to be somewhat important. I don't know. Like, I like the concept, let's see. I like the concept of this is what the developers intended. Now, I mean, I say that, and I usually use that argument when people ask me, hey, Nye, why don't you play such and such a mod here? And my response is very typically, well, that's not what the developers intended. Half the reason I say that, actually, is that usually I want to play as the developers had originally intended. But by the time I'm done doing that, I kind of knock out a game, I get it done, I'm ready to move on to something else, It's not really me sitting here wanting to play. It's not that I don't want to play the game anymore. It's just that I'm currently done with that game. I did the thing. I played the game. I had my fun. I'm ready to move on to a different game. Might be a little bit of like gaming ADD coming in. I do that a lot with some games, especially with like, a game like Final Fantasy XIV, where I have a lot of different like classes I can play. I'll play all the different classes. I was farming for mounts last night on some boss fights with some friends. And after a couple of runs, we were just like, hey, we're winning with no problems. Do you just want to play some stupid classes, stuff that we're not necessarily good at, and go from there and see what happens? I'm like, you're damn right I do. And these were classes I had not played in, 8 months, so I didn't exactly play them well. It was one of those things like, yeah, you know what? I'll go ahead and do that. That sounds like fun. I haven't played these classes in a while, and I'm kind of getting tired of playing the same class I've been playing for, forever. So I definitely have a little bit of that going on, and that really, I think, shows in the channel if you look at the very eclectic mix of games that I play. I'm all over the place. I play all kinds of games. I am constantly jumping from, one genre to another. Excuse me. I really enjoy doing that, and that's one of the reasons why, you see me jumping from character to character in Risk of Rain, is for that exact same reason. In that, hey, I've been playing a lot of, Mercenary, for example, or I've been playing a lot of, Engineer. It's like, okay, well, you know what? I did that. I played a lot of those. Let me go play something else. And I really appreciate games like Risk of Rain, where different characters have distinctly different play styles. You really look at a character like Loader, for example, who is absolutely one of my favorite characters in the entire game, for a variety of reasons. You play a character like Loader, and, you have that kind of get in the fray of things, in the thick of things. I want more enemies around me so I can get my shield up for every hit. Whereas you play someone like Acrid, Acrid is also, in a lot of ways, Acrid is also a melee character, But Acrid has more of the hit-and-run style. You do not necessarily want, with Acrid, to be staying in the thick of things. You want to get in, apply some poison, get out, and let that poison do its job. You don't want to be sitting in that fight for forever, because Acrid's a little bit too fragile for that. And I like that difference. I really like that, that Huntress, for example, is very run-and-gun. She's a very mobile character. She really likes to move a lot. Whereas, you know, Commando kind of wants to maybe sit and kind of peg guy a couple times and then move and reposition for a slightly better fight. You know, the Artificer wants to be up in the air as much as she can to get out of combat, because she's super fragile, but she brings the deeps. And then we have, you know, we have Engineer, obviously, who is all about that kind of turtling up. Not necessarily saying this is how I play these characters, because if you've heard me describe some of these characters, I don't do some of this shit. You know, Engie, did you see me? Like, was I turtling with Engie? Absolutely not. I was out in the fray of things, just kind of running along, dropping turrets behind me and letting them pick off people behind me. But that's kind of what the intention is. And I really like that variety. It gives me a lot to do, and it kind of, variety keeps me in a game. You know, I have a lot of people. I'm part of the Novice Network on Final Fantasy 14. I'm a mentor, and what that means for folks who don't play 14, we have a system in the game where players who have played the game a lot, and unfortunately that is kind of really the only requirement, is you have played the game a lot. But players who play the game a lot get a marker in the game. You opt in. This is a voluntary thing, but you get a marker in the game saying, "Hi, I'm a mentor." And the idea is that mentors they have a crown, they have a golden crown next to their name, and it means that this player has played a lot, and they are open to questions, and they will answer questions if you ask. And the idea is that newbie players can reach out and ask us questions and know that we'll help them out. And we get some cool bonuses. We get to, you know, if we're partying with a person who is what's called a sprout, that's a player who's played less than a certain amount of hours of the game and hasn't reached a certain storyline point. So if we have a sprout in the game with us, mentors get to give the sprout extra experience. So we kind of get these cool bonuses that way. We get to give sprouts extra experience. There's a mount that we can get from doing Mentor Roulette, which is going in to literally... Mentor Roulette is literally... Oh, that did not land where I want that to land. Mentor Roulette is literally any event in the game. You can get anything, including some of the hardest shit in the game. But, you know, you have Mentor Roulette going on, you have all kinds of these really kind of interesting things you can do, and you get there's some mounts for us, there's titles for us, you know, we get to kind of, we get a little bit of bragging rights, you know, for putting in the effort. And in return, you know, you have players who know, hey, there is always going to be these people who can help us out. And there's something called, you know, something called Novice Network, which is a server-wide chat room. It's the only one of its kind. And the idea of Novice Network is that newbies can opt into the Novice Network, and there's always this chat room where the mentors are always there, able to answer questions. So you can get help no matter who you are, no matter where you are. Now, whether or not it actually works out that way is a little bit kind of up to your server and up to the mentors happen to be there. I know a lot of servers, this is basically a Baron's chat. People just bullshit constantly. On my server, we at least try to stay on topic most of the time, and, you know, we try to shut things up when people actually have questions. We try to shut people down when they're about to spoil stuff. You know, we kind of do our best to kind of keep it, you know, keep it solid. But the point behind this all is that I've had players who are like, man, there's nothing left to do in this game. And these are going to be, and these are sprouts. These are people who have put, you know, less than 80 hours into the game. They've, rolling, you know, running through my head the phrase, but play less than 80 hours in the game. They haven't even beaten the the second expansion yet. These are the requirements to be a sprout. That's the reason I'm bringing these up. But they have not put hours into the game. They haven't beaten the expansion. I'm sitting here with thousands of hours in the game. You know, not only have I beaten the expansions, I'm waiting for the next major patch where they're going to be able to make it so you can go through the storyline again, starting from the beginning. But I'm sitting here going, you're kidding me, right? There's so much content. Like, I've done thousands of hours and I haven't done anything yet. I'm still hunting various achievements, this, that, and the other thing. What do you mean there is no content? You're lazy. Now, I understand that some of the content's not for everybody. Like, not everybody likes crafting, for example. And that's understandable, and that's absolutely acceptable, too. Like, I'm not gonna say that you have to like everything, but to say that there's nothing, you know, nothing to do is, you know, is a bit of a misnomer. Now, saying there's nothing for you, that's acceptable. You know, like, that's absolutely fine and always has been. If you wanna say that, look, you know, there's kind of nothing for me in this game, cool. You know, I'll give you that. So there's nothing to do. So I enjoy games with a lot of variety. You know, I do a lot of different things, do a lot of different crafting. I play PvP in that game. I play all types of different characters. You know, I go in and play. I play tanks, I play healers, and I play DPS. I'm not good at healing, but I will do it. So you know, I'll do a little bit of everything, and I enjoy a little bit of everything. And so I really enjoy games that have a big variety. So Risk of Rain really appeals to me because of that variety, because I have the option in Risk of Rain. Do I, you know, what character type do I want to play? You know, different characters have different things. We have characters who have charges. We have characters who, like Rex, I'm using my actual health in order to do attacks. I'm not doing it well, but I can do it. Can this open, please? But you have characters that use different, you know, different styles. You have melee, you have range, you have tanky characters, you have fragile characters. We have a little bit of everything. And then once you get past that, then we get to add in things like artifacts. There's you know, the prismatic trials. There's different gameplay modes. There's a ton of different stuff in this game. But what this ends up meaning at the end of the day, at least for me, is that I have a lot of content to do. And by the time I'm done with all the content, I'm kind of done with the game. Because I've played the game so much. It's not that the game isn't good or anything like that. Absolutely not. This game is fantastic. But I'm not going to want to do anything else. Like, Medif has been talking about how when he gets all of his unlocks done, there's mods he wants to play with. And I'm sitting here like, when I get all my unlocks done, I'm moving on to something else. Like, there are so many games I still want to play. You know, I'm not going to really be playing this particular game any longer. That's nothing against this game. It's more the statement that there's a lot of other games to play, and I'll have kind of milked this for all it's worth. So, you know, I say all this, and I started this conversation with the original topic of I like to play, you know, games they're intended to be played. And so we look at the Risk of Rain, you know, and again, you know, the developers put artifacts in. Artifacts are absolutely a core part of the game. But really, the core part of Risk of Rain for me is the concept of getting random items and then the game, and then kind of adjusting for that. You know, your gameplay will probably change based on what you have in Risk of Rain. So, you know, I have some crit, I have some attack speed in here. I don't have a lot of survivability, so I'm really not going to be playing too risky right now because I just don't have, you know, I don't have the skills that really lend themselves to playing a very risky Rex right now. If you're dead. I need to play more of a ranged Rex. I need to not let my health get too low. Because if we get right down to it, we're going to get towards the end of the game. And, you know, enemies will just one-shot me because I don't have a lot of survivability. In fact, I don't have... apart from the survivability Rex has built in, the ability to get health back from my basic attack, I really don't have, you know, really anything. I have a lot of movement speed. I do have that. I have a lot of movement speed. That's about all I'm really bringing to the table right now. That is not the item I wanted. I'll accept it, but that's not what I was aiming at, game. So I sit here and I kind of think like, man, I really enjoy playing Command. You know, I'm really able to make these really powerful runs really easily. But at the same time, like, that's the thing. I'm really easily able to build a really broken build, and yeah, like, Mithrix will kick my ass. But I'm not going to have that problem for anything short of Mithrix, right? Like, it's going to take a really long time for the game to be able to respond to me. Whereas if I'm playing on Standard, which I am now, like, I don't necessarily have that super powered build going on. So I still have to play... Interesting, I don't have enough money for that. I still have to play a little bit close to the vest. I have to play a little bit safe right now. Okay, that's coming with me. Like, if I was playing Command, I would have already gotten half a dozen ways to, no Doom Strider, okay. I would have gotten half a dozen ways to, you know, up my damage, and, you know, I'd be getting a ton of different ways to get my health back, and, you know, all of that stuff. All war stealth kits can pick up. And really, I find it like I love command, but I really do sit here. I'm like, man, this is really cheesy. Like, it's so easy to run command and build this stupidly easy build. Getting crit 100% within the first like 2 levels or something like that is a bit silly, in my opinion. But, you know, the game outright does say, like, you know, you can get achievements with artifacts on. So it's obvious that artifacts were, you know, part of the core concept. Now, I say that as a person who played Risk of Rain 1. And in Risk of Rain 1, if I remember correctly, artifacts came much later in the game. Like, it was a very late patch thing, you know, several patches in thing. Artifacts were not part of the... I'm not going to say they weren't part of the original design, but they weren't part of the original release. If I remember correctly. I might be wrong on that. But that really does kind of change the idea of, okay, what was originally put in here. Again, not saying that it's a bad thing, not saying this is something you shouldn't do, just kind of saying, like, it feels kind of weird for me to be running on that constantly. It makes for choosing your items, makes for a very distinctly different gameplay experience than if you were exclusively playing on, you know, I want to say normal mode, but that's not quite right, is it? Like, this isn't necessarily normal mode. This is just the mode without artifacts. I'm going to feel very differently when I'm starting to randomize artifacts. I'm going to start pressing the randomize artifacts button once everything is unlocked and we start really kind of going to town. I'll press randomize artifacts, and that will just give me stuff. And whatever the game gives me is what I'm going to roll with. Like, I'll probably not modify it much. I'm probably not going to win much, but, you know, that's fine. Obviously, one of the things we're going to see is, like, randomized character, which I think is going to be fun. I won't know who I'm getting. For certain artifacts. That's actually specific artifacts. It's not going to be something you should expect to see all the time. But every so often, I will get just, you know, hey, apparently I will not know who I'm going to be playing as. I'm kind of curious, if I get shaped glass on Rex, which I can't currently do because I have no lunar coins, but if I get shaped glass on Rex, does that count for Rex as his, you know, health not going above X%? Or is shaped glass, is you know, half of your health with shaped glass considered to be, you know, 100% health? I don't actually know. We're gonna find out. That achievement seems like it's gonna be a little bit difficult for me to get, because it's just too easy to get my health back up here. I'm really appreciating our movement speed right now. This is actually a very fantastic thing. We are very fast. Okay, crowbar's nice. Crowbar increasing my damage above when an enemy's health is above 90%. Mind me, just gonna kind of ignore these enemies. Okay. Nothing more around here, apparently. That greater whiff is going to be fun to deal with. Like, as you can see, it's so easy for me to keep Rex's health up. I'm not really putting any effort into, you know, avoiding using a bunch of my health. And my health is just high. There's meat. You know, I will say I have a new appreciation for meat as an item. But I still... Okay. I still don't find it to be particularly good as an item. It's not an item that I'm going to go out of my way to, like, to 3D print or anything like that. At least not until I have a lot of other stuff. I'd rather have most other whites. Yeah, I am looking very much forwards to the point in the game where, like, I have stuff unlocked and I'm starting to do, you know, random artifact runs and stuff like that. That does seem like it's going to be a lot of fun. Printer for a crowbar. I may be interested in that if I can find a scrapper. I wonder what Rex's other skill is going to be instead of knockback. Like, the knockback skill is nice and all, but it's not one of those skills I find myself really considering when it comes to combat. I just don't... There's certain things in games I just don't consider to be valuable, and a lot of the times I learn later on, especially from players who, you know, are actually maybe good at the game, and I'll learn that I was sleeping on something. Status effects as a kid, like, I was never... you know what? We're gonna wait on that one. Normally, I'd be all for that, but considering I need to keep my health low in order to get this achievement, having an item that outright says, "Hi, you're just randomly gonna get half your health back," that's gonna make my life difficult. I might come back and snag that after the teleporter event, especially if I can actually get the achievement knocked out. Man, the game really wants to keep my health high, I've noticed. It's giving me a lot of health up items and a lot of items to, you know, give me health or give me temporary health. The game has been kind of actively fighting me on getting this achievement. Got another predatory instinct, so we got 3 stacks on that already. That's kind of impressive. Especially when you consider that we have 20% crit already, and I want to say predatory instincts is each worth 5% crit. That's a pretty sizable thing already. Bumpity bum. Hi, friend. Don't mind me. I'm fast as fuck. Where was that drone? Anybody remember? Somewhere around here. Drop that right there. Don't mind me. You know, I could just use the item and it would tell me exactly where the drone is, but why would I do the smart thing? Is this the drone? This was the drone. Okay, this guy I'm not putting any... I'm not dealing with him. He's just gonna die immediately and we're gonna move on. Okay. An Inferno Drone over here. It's Iteration Drone. These things have actual names. I should probably learn to use them. But I like giving things my own names. Let's be honest. Y'all know what the hell I'm saying. Y'all know what I'm on about. Ooh, that's actually very tempting. I just want to drop just something. Yeah, I'm going to risk it. Okay, that's... You know what? That's not ideal to drop... Oh, hello. That's not ideal to drop in the, my only, sticky bomb for that. But that's also not necessarily a problem. Like, I'm not bothered by dropping a sticky bomb into that thing. Okay, let's go activate. Actually, let's... Oh, cool. That actually drops me. I get to drop twice. That's actually really useful. Keep my health where I want it to be. Now, we've talked about this being risky as hell, doing this strategy. And my health's already too high. Damn it. See, look how easy it is for me to get health in this. Like, I'm not putting any effort in to get my health up. I actually put effort in to get my health down. And the game's just like, nah, bro. Okay, I died. So I was trying to get my health down below the 10% mark. Because that would, you know, that would give me stuff. It's hard to work with Rex on that. It's way too easy to get too much health. It's also way too easy to get too little health as Rex. Let's see, what do we got? I think I'm gonna probably pick up the brooch. I mean, that was 100% on me too. So that was me trying to go after two different achievements simultaneously. One of them being to get my health below 10% by the end of a teleporter event, and one to get my health, or to have less than 50% health in a teleport event for Rex. Go ahead and snag the amber brooch. I get shields. Rex is no sniper, we know that. Excuse me. Okay, Tough Times Teddy could be useful. I know it's called Tougher Times, but if I remember correctly, in the original game, it was the Tough Times Teddy, so that's just kind of what I have in my head. I am a creature of habit, what can I say? We have a shield generator there, but I don't really have anything I want to shove into it. Attack item. Gasoline's okay. Okay, so apparently my attacks, or my held attacks will use shields first always, which is good to know. So that would mean that shields count as overall health. I'm not sure how I feel about that. Makes it a little bit harder to get these achievements, I guess. Okay, crowbar is nice. It's not what I really want, but it's okay. mean, with enough crowbars, you know, you can instant kill things, so... It's not like I don't want crowbars. I would just prefer other items. It's kind of like, it's not that I don't want, you know, wax quails. I would just prefer other items. I don't find wax quails to be the most useful of items. They're okay. Not bad. When we look at items, there's other items I would like to have. Maybe worth looking at, like, when a scrapper is available, scrapping items that give me extra health in order to get this achievement. And when I talk about this achievement, I'm really talking about the get under 50% or under 50% health for Rex. I'm less worried about the under 10% health. We can get that on any character. If I wanna plug something into that. Yeah, a lot of my items are. What did I lose? I lost the medkit. That's fine. A war banner's better. No, I didn't lose the medkit. I lost. What did I get in that slot? Sticky bomb? No, I lost the brooch. That's fine. I do want the sticky bombs though. The only downside here is we're getting a lot of healing items, so it's going to make it kind of hard. A lot of healing items. Almost every item I've gotten here has been a healing item of some nature. Which again is not normally a problem. It's just for this particular achievement, it's going to be a problem. Once we get this off this achievement, I will want that. Like we're almost done here. I did kind of... I wish I had a lunar coin. I really do. Especially because we will be getting a lunar shop at the end of this level. Stun grenade, random, or... Okay, let's go for the random. Or healing. The game knows exactly what I don't want, and that's all it's going to give to me. And again, normally for Rex, this would all be fine. Not just fine. Normally for Rex, this would be great. Normally, Rex would love this sort of thing. Okay, so I don't want to get above 140 or so. Nope, already above it. Damn. Okay, and then laser hits me. That's a struggle that I'm gonna have with Stone Titans, I think, going for this. Yeah. This is just gonna be a struggle. It's making this achievement happen. It's just so easy to get his health up. I'm not going to be able to actually... Okay, I was actually able to hit that. Hopefully hitting things way over there is going to give me spawns over here. I wish. Waiting patiently for health. Or not health, money. I don't need the health. I mean, I do need health, but I don't need health. What I need are enemies and items. Up here, maybe? Oh, hey, there's a shrine over there. A shrine over there of here's money for the player. I like those shrines. Me and those shrines, we get along great. Fuel cell. Okay. That could be good later. Not want to go down quietly. The problem is I'm doing all this just to get a turret. Not even an item. I'm looking for a turret. I mean, not terrible, I guess, but you can do better, you know? I love how I never get enemies like when I want them, and then I get a lot of enemies when I don't want them. I need medit luck on shrines. Medit luck is ridiculous. Some of the stuff that man gets. Toss that over there. Toss that over there. I'm pretty sure I get the money for knocking them off. Not 100% sure, but I'm reasonably sure I get the money if I knock them off. I hope I do, otherwise that was a tremendous waste of lots of money just now. Come on, game. Come on, game! Like, this is this takes up one of my chest spawns. There we go. You know what? That's fine. The radar scanner is something I'm particularly excited about? Absolutely not. Am I going to argue against it, though? No. It exists. That's fine. Go for this now. Just sitting here at this one shrine that obviously doesn't like me. Okay, another banner. And a leeching seed. Okay. Again, not entirely happy about the prospect of extra health right now. But I think we're going to be looking at Shrine of Glass as a useful item. The game. We get spawns, please. I'm literally just sitting here waiting for spawns right now. Thank you. Like, thing is, I kind of like Shrines of Chance because while they do take forever to pay out and all that good stuff, they do give you 2 items instead of 1. It's not 2 items for the price of 1. It's 2 items for the price of lots. But you do get 2 items, and that can be a lot, especially on single-player games because of the limited number of spawns. You know, I'm going to press the button here, and you're going to see there's not a lot of items on this map. You know? Like, I've already gotten over half of them, and some of these things that we just lit up, like this, that's just a barrel. That's not even an item. That is just a little bit of money. So getting 2 items out of a Shrine of Chance is definitely useful. The only downside to it is that it costs a lot of money, and then, you know, odds, really. I'm anticipating the one under the arch there is probably either a, it's probably a lunar thing. We're getting a lot of barrels. Other equipment. Is this a better equipment, maybe? Yeah. Okay. Royal Capacitor is good, so that's going to allow me a lot more control over how I beat my bosses. And then if my bosses go down quick, that allows me a lot more room for flexibility in terms of how I use my health. Spend a lot of time on this first floor. But, I mean, game is just not giving me anything. Well, it's not the game's not giving me anything. The game did not give me enemies to fight to get money, or to get money. Now we're getting stuff, but it took forever for us to get this far. I think we have, what, 2 chests left, and then we're leaving? You know, what's sad is that for all the time we've spent on this floor, we didn't actually get much out of it. Hopefully that rusted key will be useful. Okay, syringe is good. We want to be below 180 for as much as we can. Nope, there we go. Okay. Well, it's not happening this floor, so let's actually kill things. Chrono Bauble should be useful. Not really what I was aiming for, honestly, which is kind of a shame. But our control over our health is just not where I want it to be. Hopefully, we're going to be able to, as I said, get a shrine of, or a shaped glass object. It may be worth doing this run on glass artifact in the first place. I might consider that if I can't get it going on this run in general. You know what? Given how long this run was, and the fact that we still have not really gotten anywhere, I think I'm just going to jump straight to that. Now, this is probably not going to go well. See how extraordinarily low my health is right now. Tells that use 1. The big question is 13 health considered to be below half? Because my maximum health is, you know, significantly higher than that, like my normal maximum health? Or is 13 health considered to be my maximum health? That's going to be the question we want an answer to. I have a feeling it's closer to the latter, and that this is actually what my maximum health is at 13 of 13. But I'm hoping I'm wrong. Stone giants are going to be scary for a bit. Absolutely terrifying. What is that in that 3D printer? I can't quite tell. Is that a personal shield? Yeah. It's not bad. Do I want to... Yeah, I think I'm going to do this twice. That'll give me just a little bit of that safety net that I'm looking for. Not really a big deal, but... Right move there. It'd also be interesting to see how far I can go on Rex here. Given that he does have, like, a lot of ways to get his health back. You know, just how far can he go on glass here? The other alternative, and I've considered this, and I've rejected it every time I've considered it, is to play on easy. On easy, enemies wouldn't hit as hard, so it would be a lot easier for me to keep my health low. I've rejected this out of hand, because that would be, you know, simple. Be too easy, you know? Options always there, and I'm always gonna say, screw that noise. Okay, there we go. Like, I actively want to be going on to harder difficulties, not softer difficulties, you know? Did I ever activate that turret down there? I don't think I did. Oh. Let's get our little friend up. And I'm thinking we're pretty much done with this level. Okay. Let's see what the survey says. The Beetle Queen is already dead. Ow. Yeah, I could not get a, could not land a thing on him. Okay, we're gonna try one more time for this episode. I really don't like not having, progress in an episode, so I kind of want to go a little longer. Shrine of the Mountain. Exciting. But I did mention it earlier that, you know, stone giants are scary. Oh, okay. Trying one more time then. Not expecting that. The other question is, do I just want to hit the teleporter? And just roll, you know? It is literally right there. Playing on glass, you know, waiting is not going to change too much. At least not for the first level or two. Yeah, I want to see if playing on glass actually does change what the game considers my maximum health to be. So we'll see if this is considered to be a maximum health, or if we can actually go higher, or if this is actually considered to be below that. Again, I'm thinking that we are considered to be at our maximum health because we are 17 of 17. But there's always that chance that this is actually considered to be sub-maximum because our actual health is it should be much higher than this. Okay. Tell you what, we're not getting much out of this level, even at this rate, because like we're just not getting any money. There's a tier 2 chest over there. I'm just flat not going to be able to afford because we're not getting any good enemies. And survey says... Nope, didn't count. Okay, so glass is not going to help. That's not going to be our way out. Okay, well, you know what? We're in an hour. I'm going to go ahead and stop here. At least we know more than we did. I'll pick this up again next time, and we'll try again, this time off glass. And we'll see what we can do. We need ways to get our health low, but not to get it back so easily. I'll catch you guys soon.